I guess it's time to start though. We're on season 2 or season 3, episode 3, bubbling stream. Honestly, for a sec there, I didn't even realize I already finished season 2. $29 currently. It's probably larger than any stream streak I have, potentially. I don't know, I don't particularly look at my stream streaks, unfortunately. I feel like today I'm like in a mood where like I just didn't really even like feel like it wasn't like, yeah, I want to do this today. Like there's just something else I'd rather be working on today. But here we are. You gotta do it anyways, though. There's just a personal project I'm working on right now, and it's like, damn, I just want to get that finished. Little personal thing. Want to finish up. But the good news is that less than a week until I get to play a good video game, aka come Friday. Once it hits Friday, ooh, we're fucking in there, baby. We're in there, baby. Yes. It was also really weird because when I woke up today, you know, like I was like, oh yeah, like the sun's shining, cool. And I looked at my phone and it shows like, you know, like the weather on the lock screen. And it said it was -1 Celsius. I was like, huh. And I like felt the window, because that's what, you know, you always feel the window if you're trying to like confirm the temperature. And I was like, this does not feel like -1. And I guess maybe like overnight, it got to like -1 Celsius at some point. And I guess my phone just didn't update, because like then like a bit later it showed like, oh yeah, 14 Celsius. I'm like, that makes more sense. Also, yo, Prack. I don't know if you saw my Snapchat message, Prack, but I was saying that you're going off with the filters as of lately. I was like, damn. Bro, I was getting some like wacky filter with Prack now. Got any sauce you can share with it? Maybe at some point. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Is it a no? Well, I figured you would have been streaming by now if you were to stream today, so I'm gonna take a guess and say today's a no stream day for you at this point. But I feel like usually you don't stream at this hour. Not normally. That's definite Prack not replying to my message. Oh, Butter, I'm twerking. Oh. Yeah, the extra channel points, that's definitely a vibe. We're thinking of streaming still, but we're going over to the new house tomorrow to do some cabinet work in the basement. Sweet. So you want to work on packing up stuff here to bring over. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, because I know y'all said like you're kind of like bringing like some things over like slowly, which is definitely a good strat. I think I did the same thing when I was like moving out of the college house back here. Like, I'm pretty sure there was like one weekend when I was like coming back to do laundry and just visit, I guess. I'm pretty sure just brought back like a bunch of stuff, so that way on the day of like actually moving, I didn't have to bring like literally everything. And that'll be nice, like, if you can potentially get some stuff set up already. So when you start, like, actually doing, like, the full... Yep, we're moving everything over, like, you might already have some stuff, like, set up potentially. Or, like, whatever stuff in the spot where you're gonna want it. Something that I've done for, like this room... When I like put all my computer stuff down here, and when I put like all my stuff in the college bedroom, I remember I would always I would measure the room, and I would make like a Photoshop document that was like to scale, and then I would like measure like all my desks and like my chair like ish and like the TV and everything I'm just gonna have, and like just make objects of everything that's like to scale so I can like move everything around in like this Photoshop document and just figure out like, okay, what's like the best way I can have this room laid out, and if I measured everything correctly, then the way I'm gonna move everything in this document, it'll just work in real life when I do the stuff. And then it's like, it's pretty hype because you can be like, oh yeah, let's like how would it feel like, you know, if I had the desks situated like this over here or something. Thankfully, I haven't had to do that in a while, but that's definitely a Chad thing to do. At least I think it's pretty good to do. And I would recommend it. I think it's pretty cool, pretty useful. Yeah, I don't know what made me think to do that at one point in time. Just I don't know. I just thought of it at some point. But I mean, having a 2-scale document, that works out. And definitely nice when you're putting everything in the room and you're just like, okay, yep, that's gonna go here, that's gonna go there. Like, you don't have to be like, oh yeah, maybe it could go over here. Oh, but there's not gonna be room for that. Fuck, let's move it. Especially with like, you know, like desks where it's like, you know, you don't want to be like, you just want to put that somewhere and just leave it. You don't want to like, you don't want to have to fuck with it too much. I wouldn't want to have to mess with it too much. That's like how like my CRT right now, it has like a little piece of styrofoam underneath of it to like prop it up a little bit higher. And God, I remember, because my CRT is heavy, I remember it was such a pain in the ass to try and get that under there. Because I did it by myself. And I didn't want to like take my CRT, like I didn't want to unplug it and like put it on the ground and then put the styrofoam and then lift it back up. I'm pretty sure I just somehow managed to like put the piece of styrofoam like just shimmy it underneath of it, and then somehow was able to like just do that. Because I was like, I don't want to unplug this. I don't want to deal with that. So that worked out eventually, which was cool. And now my CRT is on a piece of styrofoam to prop it up a little bit higher. Plan tomorrow after you get the cabinets done is you're gonna finish painting Anna's office and start yours. Huge. Huh. I was reading like the title of like the link in the preview, and I was like, what's so special about this? And at the very end it says Taylor Swift official. I'm like, oh, I see. I see. Yeah. Why were y'all posting this chair? Like, well, you posted this image of like just some chair. Like, why? Like, I don't get it. Like, what's like the meme with this chair that y'all put in one's on mute? You were twerking. Did it go good for you, Brack? Would you say? The good news is I woke up, I showered, and then I made my bed, and then I was like, I should probably like wash my bed sheets, because I was like, I don't know how long it's been since I washed my bed sheets. So I was like, I'm just gonna wash it. So it's just funny that I put my bed together and all that, and then I was like, nah, and then I just took it apart again. That went pretty hard. Okay, we're definitely gonna cover this up with not green, but I'm just using green just because it's the color I've selected. Oh, okay. Well, at least there's some context, because otherwise I was like, what the fuck is with this chair y'all are posting? Because there was no context. It was just, you posted that chair out of the blue, and I'm like, okay. Like, I was like, clearly there's something going on with this chair, but I have no idea what the deal is with it. Yo, Aaron. Good morning. How are we today? Do you love me? Damn, Frack, we're getting deep. We're getting deep with the questions. Wait. What? You know, it's a definite. I sent Kendall, Kendall, and she never replied. I'm like, bruh. Ah, Kendall. I messaged you at 3 a.m. We need a little bit like brown in here. Well, the good news is it's nice and sunny today, and yeah, so the moral of my story is that I have my bed sheets in the washing machine right now, and because our washing machine is fucked up and randomly just is full of like water still, or just has like a bunch of water like at the bottom of it at times when you finish like a cycle in the washing machine, and it's like, oops, the clothes are soaking wet, and if you put it in the dryer, it's gonna take like 4 hours to dry it because they're so damn wet. So it's like, I have to put it on like a different cycle that's called like spin/drain, and it's like a 50-50 chance if it works, and sometimes I have to do it like 2 or 3 times. It's really cool. But we've had this washer and dryer since we moved into this house in 2011, so it's like at minimum 13 years old. That's implying it was brand new when we got the house, but I'm pretty certain it wasn't brand new when we got this house. So it's like 13 plus years old for this washer dryer. And like the dryer works fine, but it's just the whole washing machine thing where it just randomly is like, oops, we didn't drain all the water for some fucking reason. And like sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. And like I'm pretty sure there's like a correlation between that and how big the load is you put into it. Because I noticed like if I put like a lot of stuff into it, it usually fucks up. But if I have like a small load I'm putting in, it usually is okay. I finally get my tax man. I told my dad we're getting a new washer dryer, maybe a combo washer dryer. Is that a thing? Like just like one machine that is a washer and a dryer? Question mark. I've never seen that, if that's the case, if that's what you mean. Like 2 in 1, like as in one machine, or is it still 2 separate machines? Also, allegedly, we might be getting a new car this week? Question mark. Supposedly, I don't know if my dad said he wasn't like 100% on it, but he said like that he might be getting it like sometime this week. I'm like, neat. So I'm at Costco, my dad and I went window shopping. Combo washer jar is bad, don't do it. Have you had one, Aaron? That was not good. Yeah, we'll see. He would sell the old one. Yeah. Yeah, our current car has like over 200,000 Ks on it. 200,000 kilometers on it. Which, for a car, I guess, is a shit ton. And he's had it since like 2017. And I think it's a 2014 model, I think. If I remember correctly. All I know is that this car has seen some better days, that's for sure. But like it still works fine for the most part. I know like the heater, like the hot air is like fucked up in it. Where it just like doesn't blow hot air out of like the right side of the passenger side when you're inside. Which is, you know, pretty cool actually. Because it's really good, like, you know, when it's cold outside and you want it to be hot and then it just isn't hot inside. I think I like that part. Yeah. There's been no real issues with this car ever since he's had it, to my knowledge. Like, it's just been, like, good. No free car. I don't even like want my own car for like the foreseeable future because there's so much, they're so expensive. I don't want to deal with owning one for a long while. No thanks. Like the possibilities of owning your own vehicle is very nice, but also just like the annoyances of a vehicle is just like, I just would rather not. Like, please just make more areas, just have good public transit. That should just be the norm. Getting over 100,000 miles on a car usually means it's ready to retire for an older vehicle. I feel like, yeah. Yeah, like the car like still like works fine. Yeah, it's just like allegedly something like how like inside there's some like switch or something like inside the car where it's like that makes it flip between outputting hot air and cold air. And on like the passenger side, like, I guess this like switch just it like came loose or something, whatever. And it's like only outputting cold air on that side. Because it was actually when my dad was driving me to the airport for AGDQ when we were leaving. Because like it was like, you know, winter and cold and shit. And the inside of the car was getting all like foggy. Like the windows were all fogged up and I was like, yeah, there's just like no hot air coming out on my side. Which was really weird because we had never had that problem until like literally that trip, which was super cool actually. Like it was actually really good that it fucked up because why would you want it to work? Yo, Caitlin, you have your own car and can confirm it's not fun. Yeah. Like, I mean, if you're just like a chilling on money and you have yourself like a good car, then like that's probably nice. But Not trying to deal with it. Not trying to deal with it myself, personally. I just want to be in an area where I can just walk everywhere. That's all I want. Sounds sweet. Had to buy a whole new transmission after having it for 3 years. Wow, that's so cool. There's also the cool thing of like there was one time when I was driving and I noticed it started running weird and like I got like a flat tire just cause like I guess there was just some random nail or something in the road that there was no way I could have known about or seen, and just happened to run over it, and it's like, oops. And luckily my dad took care of that, but I was like, I don't know what to do about this. So I'm like, it's like 11 p.m. Like everything's closed. I'm not a car person. Like whenever we've been driving and like, you know, like I see something like on like the side of the road, like on like the highway or something like broke down, I'm like, I wouldn't be able to help you. I don't know shit about like how to fix cars. That's not my area. Sorry, random person. Sorry, not sorry. Not my thing. I was never really a car person myself. I always remember like one year for Christmas, I got this like a motorcycle book and I was just like, why'd you get me this? Like what made you think I wanted this? Because I don't remember ever like being like, oh yeah, like I love cars or like motorcycles and shit. That's just something like that I still like, vividly can remember. You know, it's like, I remember thinking like, whenever like I've used Uber with people in like recent times, aka at like GDQ for example, like I remember when we landed at the airport in Pittsburgh, and like when we landed, we're at AGDQ or like we're at the airport about to go to AGDQ, and it was like me, random cats, and Yoshi. And I remember Yoshi, like, you know, got like an Uber to go to the hotel from the airport. And when you like use the Uber app, it's like, okay, like this is like the car license number and this is like the car model, and it's like, oh yeah, we're looking for a black whatever vehicle, and I'm like, I don't fucking know what that kind of vehicle looks like. Because it doesn't show you like an actual picture of their car. It just shows like some like generic like illustration or whatever, which that would actually be a good idea at Uber people if it just had like an actual picture of your driver's car. Which, come to think about it, I'm surprised that isn't just a thing. If it just outright had a photo of their car. It was like, what am I gonna do with a picture of their car? Like I don't see that could be like a safety issue or anything. Cause like, you know, I've always wondered that like on TV when you see like, you know, like some like news report or something, or just like whatever, like security footage or something, and it like has people's license plate like blurred out, and I don't know. I'm always like, you can just see people's license plate like out in the wild anyways. Like what am I gonna do with some random person's license plate? I actually don't know what you like, if there's something you just can do with that, but I'm just like, what would I do with that? But it's like I could also just like go into a parking lot and just look at people's license plates. Like, yep, I'm gonna take a picture of this. Oh, look at me. Yeah, it has the plate number and it has like the model of the car or whatever. Like, why at that point why not just like have them take a photo of their car? Because that would just be so much easier, especially for people who aren't car savvy like me. And it's like, oh yeah, like it would probably just make it easier for me to spot the car from a distance. And like the car might have something like unique going on with it. Like, oh yeah, the car has like this sticker on the rear window or something, I don't know. Yeah, but it's like I've definitely seen like videos where it's just showing like footage of like a parking lot or something, and there's like random people's cars, and it's like they have like all the license plates blurred, and I'm like, I don't know, what am I gonna do with that? What am I gonna do with this license plate number? I don't know, little weird, I know. Or just like, I don't know. I just don't get it. Anyways, milk tea is so good. Right, Praku went back to his working, probably. Also, I'm pretty sure I woke up from like some kind of like Fortnite related dream or something, I think. I don't know what was happening, but I think we were just like we were just playing Fortnite, I think. Just that, which I'm pretty sure that happens when like I've been playing like a fuck ton or something. Like I definitely had that like days where it's like, oh, I played like a fuck ton of Smite that day or something, and it's like, oh yeah, I had like a dream about it or something. They're just playing so much. My primary friend, good morning. Damn it, it's 3:43. Oh my god, palindrome. Being a palindromes, shoutouts to 420 being a palindrome date of 4/20/24. Should I get orange chicken or a milkshake? You should get orange chicken, I think. You know, who was I saying this to? I said this to somebody like recently. Might have been Jaycog maybe when we were chilling. But like up here, I never see orange chicken at Chinese restaurants. But I feel like Americans, I feel like I hear them like mention orange chicken a lot. That's just like not a thing I ever see up here. Should you get rice with that? Yes, definitely. It's never a thing any Chinese restaurant I go to. Something Anna will make. Because I know, you know, like there's orange chicken and there's like, which, you know, what even is orange chicken like specifically supposed to be? Orange chicken. With, okay, just a sweet orange flavored chili sauce glaze. So I guess like orange chicken is supposed to be like more sweet. But then like General Tso's is supposed to be like a little like sweet and spicy. And then there's like Szechuan chicken. I think I've seen at some Chinese places where I think that's supposed to be just like more spicy, I think. If I remember correctly. Anna making her Chinese food she does at home. Dude, I've had this thought for like a while now, but I was thinking about it again the other night, how I someday I want to get a wok, like the, you know, like those big pans to cook in. I want to get one of those one day because those seem really hyped to cook with. I've never used one myself, but they just look really good. Just like a lot of space. Oh, you guys have one? That's hype. Yeah, anytime I've seen one, they just look like really good to cook with. I feel like the, you know, the kind of stuff I cook, I feel like it would be really good for that. I also wish, because we only have like one pan now, but we don't have like a small pan. I wish we had a small pan for like cooking eggs in. That's the one I wish we had too, but unfortunately we don't own a small pan for eggs. I don't know how good the quality is, but I just know my dad, like, he'll like buy like a new pan like every, like, it seems like every like couple of years, and then just throw out the old one. When one of the pans he threw out that we used to have was like a small pan, and I was like, I don't know, we could have used that still. I feel like we still could have like used that for just cooking small stuff. Because I would have used it. Because like when I'm cooking eggs, I'm like, I don't need to use this big ass pan. Like, let me use a small pan. Bit of waste? Eh, a little bit. And I don't know if he's like actually getting like good pans ever, or if he's just buying like, you know, like going to like Walmart or something, just getting like some whatever pan. I have no idea. Did you get the rice, Ebo? But you know what? I shouldn't be too surprised, Justin. I thought my dad is still out here getting like McDonald's coffee and shit. Also a bit of a waste, in my opinion. I feel like it shouldn't be that much of a shocker, unfortunately. But what is a good feel is waking up today and catching the end of the Bobcast. I caught like the latter, like half of it. That went hard. With D. Is it definite water sip real quick? Thanks for the good luck. Are you grinding hard for today's bingo? Assuming you're still doing that today. Actually, when I woke up today and I was like, oh, it's Monday today. Like I thought it was Sunday today, honestly. And I was like, oh, it's Monday. Huh, neat, I guess. Or something. Something like that, I guess. Big fan. I didn't know I had that emote, but we're at the point where 7TV, you can just have like basically an infinite amount of slots in your 7TV. See, not like back in my day with FFZ, when that was the only emote service everyone was using, and it was like, you can only have 50 emotes if you donate, and that's it, no more. And if you want, and you gotta like, it's like, you gotta really like optimize your emote setup. It's like, alright, what emotes do I not need? Like, what emotes don't people use anymore, or something? Now it's just like, you just go fucking ham. You don't gotta give a fuck about what emotes you have. You can just add everything and anything you want. It's kind of crazy, honestly. Did they change that on FFZ? Do you not have to donate anymore? Because it used to be if you had to donate. Otherwise, you could only have 25 emotes. They definitely missed out, though, by not upping their emote cap. Like, they could have easily made it, like, oh yeah, donate, because it was only $5 you had to donate, and it would give you, like, an extra 25 emotes, and the custom mod badge. I feel like the custom mod badge still comes from FFZ. I've had that same custom mod badge for so long. Probably since like 2015 or something, if I had to guess. I've had that just same badge, just vibing. Kind of if you sub, you get 100 FFZ slots now and 25 each month until you reach 500 slots, but also paying. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's no point now to do it unless you just really want to support them, which cool, I guess. But they should have done that before, like, because it was a long time where it was just like, yep, donate for 50 total emotes. All right, that's it. There was a long time where they could have capitalized on that, and they just didn't. Which I think is very surprising they didn't. I'm very surprised. No, yeah, there's the emote modifier. That's true. But at this point, I'm just like, whatever. Couldn't really care. Because 7TV has like all the emotes you could ever need now. And it has GIF emotes, because for some reason, Dan Salvato is just like against GIF and wide emotes for whatever reason. Did they have animated emotes? I've never seen them if they do have that. I guess once again, it's just like, yeah, why pay for that when I could just get it for free? I feel like you don't see, like, the one you have, Justin, the FFZ supporter badge. I feel like you don't see that as often these days. I still have mine. But I feel like you used to see that like all the time back in the day. Like everyone used to have that. Like if you were like a streamer, you just like had that, I feel like, for like at a point in time. Also, not doing the bingo today. Damn. Rip the bingo today. Just vibing instead. Or something. Maybe someday I'd try it. Maybe. We'll see. I was always a bingo fan back in the day. Back when bingos were like the only like kind of like, you know, like, oh, we don't want to do like a speedrun race, but like doing like a bingo is like, oh yeah, like it's not like just a normal ass run, but it's something a little different. Because now it's just kind of like randomizer, like fills that itch for people. And I guess the whole thing of bingo being on like, you know, just like the normal game, so it's like, okay, well, you can only do so much. Like, I remember there was a point where like back, you know, years ago for Paper Mario, like I was in call for like a few hours one night with Ice and this other guy, Santafoot. We were trying to figure out like more like bingo goals for Paper Mario. With randomizer, it's like, you know, there can be like modifications. Like how actually in like a recent build for Wind Waker Rando, there's like extra checks that got added to like all the dungeons. Except I don't think Forsaken Fortress got one. But like all the other dungeons got like these like called like dungeon secrets. Where it's like just like something you like there's like there's no chest there. It's just like some area in the dungeon that you would normally never go to otherwise, but there's just like something there you can do and like get a check. So like, that's cool, but it's like in bingo you couldn't, like, I don't know, you couldn't really do that. Unless you start doing some like arbitrary stuff like, all right, we're gonna make it so it's like you have to like, I don't know, touch every wall in this room. Something dumb, I don't know. That wouldn't be very good. The only thing that was shitty about Mario 64 bingo, I think Mario 64 bingo was pretty fun. But the one thing that sucked about it was that you still had to do BLJs. That was the dumb thing. So you could definitely just be like, oh yeah, I'm winning, and then oops, I got fucked by BLJs. And oops, I lost to BLJs, which is fun. Fun, yeah. I guess nowadays, I think more runners are better at BLJs, but you know, I feel like unless you're like a 16 runner or like a turbo high level runner, it's like who's trying to practice BLJs realistically? So I feel like I've been going like a little slow on this. Like I feel like I started like pretty fast on this painting, but I feel like I've kind of like slowed down a bit. I don't know. I've just been kind of talking, but whatever. BLJs are forever RNG to me. That's kind of how they feel. There's like a rhythm, I guess you're supposed to tap A in. But I definitely don't know that rhythm. Because you can indeed be consistent at them. That is definitely a thing. as per 16-star runners. But I am not someone who's consistent at them. I know a wild concept guy who doesn't play Mario ever in the modern day. Isn't consistent at them. Shocking story. Mario sucks, so I don't blame you. This is a short run. Like, it's just such an easy game. Especially if you're like not like going for good times, you're just like trying to like do runs. It's like so easy just to like just do runs. You just get in to start playing. There's like not a whole lot of like, you know, it's like barely no intro or anything. You injured your left pec? Why is that? Can I Mr. Miyagi it? I'm gonna go up to and like wax off onto it. I'm gonna do that to it. You know, that's funny you mentioned that because I was recently thinking about Karate Kid. I was like, I don't know why I was thinking about it, but I was like, I haven't seen like a Karate Kid in like a long time. What am I waxing on? Your pec. Well, what did you do? Like, did you just like move it weird, or like, were you lifting something heavy? We have these bags of salt in our house for our water softener, and they're 40-pound bags of salt. So like, every now and then I'll like just like squat them, and that left me pretty sore. I'm actually still like a little sore from that. But yeah, it's just like this big like bag of salt, and I'll just put it on like my like over my shoulders and like shoulder blades, and just squat those. Before I would always do like 2 reps of 30, but then this time I did 3 reps of 20 instead, which was interesting. But it definitely does something. You know, it's a pretty decent amount of extra weight. I haven't been using the pull-up bar the past couple of days. I have recently been trying to do just more like active hanging on my pull-up bar, instead of just strictly like, all right, I'm just gonna go ham with the pull-ups. And I've been trying to do, because like my pull-up bar, you know, it has like the close grip, and then it has like this like the sideways grips like these, but then there's also like a wide grip also like that, and I've been trying to do like the wide grip more, because I'm definitely not as good at those. Like, I definitely notice like it's like way harder to do the wide grip ones. And whenever I go bouldering again, that'll definitely help with that. Like how sometimes, you know, like when you're bouldering, it's like, all right, I'm grabbing over here, I need to reach like over here. Like that'll definitely help that. Back activation. That makes sense. I think that makes sense to me. And I guess it's just good in general to mix it up and not just, okay, I'm only gonna do this grip ever. Yeah, we're at 50 minutes of being live. Sheesh. Yeah. You know, I'm still gonna go on about it, how the pull-up bar has gotta be one of the most like single-handedly like OP like piece of equipment you can own. Like if there was one singular piece of equipment I could own, it would probably just be a pull-up bar. Cause I don't know, it's just like so good. You know, if you were crazy, if you had like the room for it, you do some like Goku shit on it, where you're on the bar, like with your legs hanging on the pull-up bar, and you're like lifting yourself up with your legs like anchored on it. Imagine doing that. You're really some anime character to that point. Muscle up. That's like, if you can muscle up, you're like you're crazy in shape at that point. I'll always like vividly remember like seeing a video of this guy like just doing like 10 like clean muscle ups. He's just going back and forth on it. There's like, he's not like struggling or anything. It's just like a gliding like the wind, and it's like, holy fuck, man, that's insane. That is crazy. Yeah, like it's crazy how much just body weight stuff, like how far you can get with that. And it's nice also, like, you know, just not having to have like a bunch of equipment, you know, because the only equipment I have is I have the pull-up bar, I have an ab roller, and I have two, they're 5-pound weights, I think. Yeah, I have like two like 5-pound dumbbells. And then I have the salt bags, smile. If we count the salt bags. I do wish I had heavier dumbbells. But dumbbells are expensive AF. You know, it's crazy. Dumbbells are wildly expensive, but you can probably just get similar results with just like a pull-up bar, if I had to guess. Like, I bet you can just get like similar results. Like those adjustable weights, those ones are crazy expensive. A weighted vest? Would you just like wear it while like you're doing like a run or like push-ups or something, or just like whatever exercise you're doing? 800 on your adjustable dumbbells, bruh. I mean, okay, granted, my pull-up bar was a gift, so I actually don't know how much it costed, but I'm pretty sure it was like 20, 30 bucks or something. Like, it was not very expensive, I'm pretty sure. Weighted vest is good for calisthenics. How much is a weighted vest? Yeah, the Goku workout. Yeah, get a turtle shell. That would go crazy. Too much. You know, let's see. If I go on Amazon, can I even like find a weighted vest on there? Weighted vest. 12 pounds to 140 pounds adjustable weighted vest. 87 bucks is the first one I see. I see like, yeah, like 87, 89, 99, 46. Oh shit. How about you just like super glue like some dumbbells to your shirt and then call it a day? Morning owl. are we doing? I'm gonna ad break. Yeah, I'm definitely content with the equipment that I have at my disposal. You know, because I think also, like, if you have, like, just, like, a shit ton of equipment, or, like, if you're someone that is just trying to, like, exercise or whatever, I feel like having, like, too much equipment could be, like, overwhelming almost. It's like, alright, like, what should I do when? Also, I'm gonna be honest, Ebo, I never actually finished that, like, 2-week workout challenge, or ab workout challenge that we started in, like, January. But I've been, like, randomly, like, every now and then, like, going back and, like, doing, like, some of, like, the videos just as, like, a little, like, just workout thing. Someday I'll finish it, or, like, get to, like, the end of it. But I think I got to a point where I was like, damn, I don't know if I'm like strong enough for some of these things that they have you do. Like, I went back recently and did like the upper ab video from that guy, and I was like, God, some of these crunches I just like can't do. They're just like they're just too difficult for me. Oh shit, party! Woo! Did you have to like drive her to the airport or anything, or were you just like waking up to see her off and be like, all right, back to bed? I actually don't know if Ebo's in an ad right now or not. I feel like Ebo's not a sub right now though, rip. So he probably is in an ad. But usually people will be like, oh, I'm in an ad, hold up. Waking up to roll her luggage to the Uber driver. Damn. Feels good though. Imagine it should be a good experience. Oh shit, are we back from the ad now, Ebo? Unless you just coincidentally like AFK'd when the ad started. Twitch, you bitch, I watched your ads. Don't give me a second set, bruh. Bruh. So I know, Al, you're starting on that meme challenge that I sent you last night. I was gonna say to Ebo, maybe Ebo needs to refresh, but I know sometimes people like get like an ad and then they refresh and it's like, oh, here's another ad. It's like, bruh, I just watched an ad, you piece of shit. Eventually, that's valid. Yeah, I'm getting blue balled on this Ebo conversation because of ads. You're here? Oh shit, he's back. Also, you're gonna glue me to your shirt? Shit. May your balls no longer be blue, thank fuck. I it to be glued to a primary friend shirt. Feels good. Another really nice piece of equipment is a dip belt for added weights to dips and pull-ups. Okay. I still sometimes do like dips on like the corner of like my kitchen counter. The only awkward thing about doing that, it's like, you know, there's nothing to grab onto. There's no handles. It's just, all right, just putting my hands like flat on the countertop. But I've noticed like sometimes if I like wet like my hands like slightly, like that'll keep like my hands like from slipping usually. Like oddly enough, I guess it makes some kind of like something science insert words here. Yeah, I can't say I love doing them on the counter, but it's like, I don't have anything else to do it with. I don't got anything else. He has a layover in Japan, so I'm gonna ask if there's a nearby Pokemon store in that airport. That'd be cool. That'd be fun. Yeah, eventually. That would be an interesting thing to try at some point. And it's wild for exercise how much just like a bar can be useful. Like 2 weeks ago, I think it was at this point, when I had like some of my friends over, and you know, like they saw like the pull-up bar. Like I had like David, Vince, and Hunter were over, and like, you know, that was the first time anyone had been over since I got the pull-up bar. And so, you know, at some point we all like, it was like, all right, who can do the most pull-ups? And I was able to do the most. Feels good. Which I recently PB'd again. I did 15 pull-ups the other day. But I've also, as of like the last like this weekend, I didn't really use the pull-up bar that much because I think I'm trying to like, you know, like chill a little. Not go too ham. You need to try it and do 0. I mean, is there any correlation? Like, if you can do like push-ups, like how many push-ups could someone like be able to do to correlate to like being able to do at least one pull-up? Imagine the Prac fitness arc. Inverted rows. Inverted row. Oh, interesting. Damn, so this is like an upside down push-up almost. This is wild. I've never seen that before. They don't correlate because they use different muscles. That's true. Inverted row is an easier pull-up, essentially. I can see this because you're like, yeah. That makes sense. Like, I know Blue Bob was telling me how he's been doing like assisted pull-ups at his gym. We're gonna have to see when he upgrades to doing full-on pull-ups. You're capped at one pull-up. All right, we're just gonna have like the house party at my place, and everyone's just gonna see how many pull-ups they can do. Definitely, like, I think one of like the most pog things about exercising is when you actually get like the soreness of, which is, I guess is odd to say, but like feeling the soreness of exercising. I don't know, it's like a satisfying feeling. I guess because it's like, oh yeah, like I did like, you know, I did some good work there. I think that might be the reason why, like, you know, you went ham. So I think that's a good vibe. Used to run. It's so hard for me to get myself to like just run or like just go outside for walks consistently. But like now that it's getting nice again outside, I should be doing that. I wonder what percentage of people out there in the world are people who like, you know, exercise, but then they don't like check their diet at all, because like, you know, that's what everybody like always says. And you'll hear it's just like, oh yeah, you know, you gotta have that good diet too. I feel like I'm kind of like fortunate in that regard that like I think one like thing, you know, I'm not someone who loves, I don't like cheesy things, and you know, I feel like it's like stuff like cheese and like ranch, like those things are like so many calories and such, which I guess if you're able to justify them, then sure, but it's like, damn. That can like definitely mess you up. Cause that's like one thing, like whenever like fried chicken, I don't really like fried chicken that much. Whenever we would get KFC, like the fried chicken from there would just make me like not feel good afterwards. Would never feel good from it. Like for me, I think just, you know, for the most part, trying to eat well, I think that's just definitely became like more of like a lifestyle thing for me. Like I still have like leftover Osmos, which strat that I've been doing for like the past couple of months is like when I have my leftovers, I'll like cook extra rice to like pad it out. But then I'll also like I'll add like some extra vegetables to it. Like I have like, so I can add like some spinach to it. And I might cut up some jalapenos, and I like some green onion. And maybe I'll like thaw some like frozen vegetable. Like frozen like carrots, peas, and such. Yeah, the diet is like, if not more important than actually exercising actively. Because I feel like a common thing you hear a ton is like oh yeah, like this random person, like, oh yeah, I lost like a ton of weight just by cutting out soda. KFC is mid. Honestly, word. Word. Yes, honey. Yeah, we're gonna get the prac workout arc incoming. I watched this video a few nights back, and by a few nights, I mean I think it's been like 2 weeks at this point, but I watched this video of these people where it was like, how long does it take to burn off like a Big Mac? And it was just like these three people, and they all like had like a McDonald's meal, and they were trying to see. They had like a little like mini competition thing just to see who could burn off their meal the fastest. That was like the goal, and it was kind of wild. The only thing you care about is reaching your daily protein goal, which is really hard since you only eat once a day. You eat once a day, bruh. There are some days where I can get by without eating too much, but like most of the time, like I just feel like dead until I eat something. But it's weird, like some days I just like can just like not eat much the whole day and I'm like chilling, which I don't know why that happens. People in Japan celebrate Christmas with KFC. Huh. That facts? I've never heard of that before. Your workout arc was before the pandemic when I didn't eat either. Were you actually exercising then? Or were you just not eating much? Question mark. Don't eat breakfast unless it's the weekend, and I normally don't eat lunch. I feel like sometimes I only end up having like 2 meals, like 2 like actual like meals a day. But then like last night, when I like vanished from voice, I went to go make food. And then I'm like, damn, it's like 1 a.m. But I still cooked food. I made like a little like egg omelet that I had with like a little egg omelet sandwich that was on 2 pieces of bread, and it had a little bit of green onion and spinach in it. And honestly, it was pretty good. Especially because I was pretty hungry. I was pretty hungry at that point. And I was like, I should probably eat something. And then I was like, damn, I just kind of want to vibe. And then literally when I got back to my computer, like, I'm pretty sure I heard, like, people leaving. I was like, lol. I'm like, honestly, kind of works out, because I was going to leave myself in a sec. So, honestly, it just worked out. The food quality in Japan is legions higher than where we're at. I definitely trust grabbing a meal from a Japanese 7-Eleven or convenience store. Yeah, I've definitely heard like there are like little like meals you can get from Japanese convenience stores that are like actually good. Obviously, I've never had one myself, but I'm just led to believe such a thing. Okay, I am not much of a hot dog person, personally. They're like okay, but I would never seek out hot dogs myself. With the Fami chickens. Okay. I don't know what that is, but let's see if he responds at some point. Do you miss being in Japan yet, Ebo, or are you glad to be home? So, you know, there's obviously like ups and downs where it's like, oh yeah, you know, I'm happy to be like have my computer again and like I can like, you know, have my stuff, you know, that's fun. Oh my god, no, why is this is it doing the thing now? My mouse keeps like freezing in place. Is it just like a fluke? You're homesick the last few days, but I'm ready to go back. I was just getting sick of being in the city. Was it? Well, I imagine it was pretty busy there. See, like, cause you know where I live at, like where I'm from and where I live currently, it's just a relatively small town, and I kind of like appreciate being in the city. Like whenever I'm like in Toronto, like in the city of Toronto, I just kind of like appreciate it, just like as a change of pace. Like I remember like when I went to Gommel last year. Was it last year? Or was it 2 years ago? Whenever I went to Gommel last. Actually, I can just look at my badge. What the fuck is it? A badge. It was 2022. It was 2 years ago. What the fuck? Yeah, 2 years ago when we went to Toronto for Gommel. That was like, you know, the first time I'd been to Toronto in 2 years. And the first time I really like had gone like somewhere like that, because, you know, pandemic, blah, 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 blah. And it was kind of like refreshing, honestly, just being around like a ton of people in like that kind of environment. It was like, you know, like, oh, we're back, man, you know, like I don't know. It felt good. It just felt good to be there in that sense. Family Mart is a common convenience store in Japan. Their most popular item is a fried chicken cutlet that's readily available to eat on the go. Damn. I can take the city in small doses, but at some point I need to see a forest or meadow to keep me sane. Honestly, fair. Valid. So many people, yeah. Like that one crosswalk where it's like, you know, just a massive amount of people are just walking, going through this one crosswalk. There's probably more people that go through like that crosswalk like a minute than people that like live in Saskatchewan, honestly. If I had to take a guess. Maybe even 1,000. Damn, that's definitely more people than what live in Saskatchewan in that case, if it's in the thousands. Also, good news, Ebo, is 2 days ago? Yeah, it was on Saturday. I was talking to Arma about like grip strengtheners and such, and I got them to buy this grip strengthener set. Or they ended up looking at one and it was like $10 on Amazon, and they're like, sure. So Arma's on the grip strength grind now. Which, it's like basically the same pack I got a while back. But unfortunately mine, like the main one, where, you know, it had like the grip strengthener that you could like adjust the resistance on it. That one just like the plastic shell just cracked outright, and it just made it like unusable. It was like, well, this is garbage now. Like I can't use it anymore, which was kind of tragic. Like it came with that. It came with like this thing you put like on your fingers, and you just like, you know, just like do that with it. And it came with like this ring, which I've been using this ring recently. And it came with another thing that I didn't really like that much, so I never used it. But it's like some like plastic rectangle with like 4 like things with like springs and like a thumb thing. I'm like, eh. Iffy about grip strengtheners. Well, I think it's because, you know, Arma was dealing with like finger / like hand pain stuff, and I was like, I think if you like work on like grip strength and just like strength stuff in general, I think that'll help. Because I think in general, ever since oh shit, ad break, oh my god. But I think ever since I started doing more like strength training related stuff, I think I've just like generally experienced less like hand pain stuff. You know, there's still times like when I'm drawing and I'm like, damn, I went so ham with the drawing, like I'm just like my hand's sore from so much drawing, which definitely happens. But I mean, that definitely makes sense. It's like, oh yeah, like your hand and fingers are sore. That would make sense if like your muscles and like your arms are like weaker. That would make them like be in pain like easier. Like that definitely makes sense. But it's also whack, like they're just like, it's definitely, I guess, like partially genetic, I think, because there are definitely some people who just, you know, just never experience hand pains ever. Like there are some people, like some like melee players, where it's like, yep, these melee players, like I've never heard them talk about like hand pain ever. Like they're just like good, they're just chilling, and they like just never have talked about it ever. Unless some of them do experience it and they just like don't talk about it, maybe, which is a possibility. But I also know like just hanging from like a pull-up bar, like that's definitely something that helps your grip, just hanging from it. Gonna go clean out your fridge for a bit, but good luck if I'm on the painting. I feel like I'll likely be offline if you do come back, unless you're gone for a very short amount of time, but thanks for the glow. In the hoof. You need to improve your hand for all characters? True. That's true. I think like working on like arm / like wrist strength, I think that would definitely be beneficial. If I had to say. Ads done. Oh shit, this guy didn't hear anything I said. think I was basically just saying like, oh yeah, like I've heard like just hanging from like your pull-up bar is like a good way to like work on strength. Or like wrist strength, or grip strength, jeez. Which, I mean, does make sense.
Look at all these people. I don't know any of them. Amazing.
Amazing.
Wow.
Damn. No more ads for Ebo. Thank you, Skittle, for the gift sub to Ebo. It went to the right person this time. Let's look. Good morning, Skittle. Lotus. We're no longer in the arc of Skittle accidentally gifting to the community. Feels good. Feels good. Also, farmers carries. Farmers carry. Damn. Do you just like hold it like that and just walk around it like that? Damn, this guy has like a whole tire around him. That's crazy. You learned how to do it properly. It only took 3 times. Shouts to the first time you did it. I remember you gifted a sub to Kendall, or you wanted to, and you accidentally gave it to the community, but then it coincidentally gave it to Kendall anyways. So it was like, oh cool, it went to the right person coincidentally. But like, bruh. Are we out of bed? I assume. If you don't use straps when you don't need... Wait, if you don't use straps when you don't need to, your grip strength shouldn't be an issue. Yeah. Makes sense. Have you been doing your exercise stuff still, Skittle? As of lately? Or nah? Ran an errand? Oh shit. Did you get some peanut butter from the store? On my good days. That's good. I mean, I know you have like the pull-up bar and ab roller too, so I don't know if you've been using those or not still. Every now and then. I was just saying earlier how like I haven't been like using the pull-up bar like as much like this weekend. I guess like took a little break, but which is also just good. Want to make sure you're giving yourself breaks. I guess it's not good to just endlessly work out and never like give yourself time to like rest. We learned that in our original Dragon Ball. I think we're almost done with this painting though. I am almost done with this, I would say. About done with this painting, and then I'll probably start doing other painting. Yeah, this one I could have finished like so long ago, but I have been like vibing and talking with people instead. But I remember when I started this, I was like, oh damn, like I'm I'm already like this far into the painting, and I've only been live for 10 minutes. Sheesh. But now it's like, oops, I've been live for an hour and a half, and this is when I would be done. Usually, like the hour and a half of being live mark is like, that's usually like the, all right, no more, no more, no more beyond that. Right, Ebo? You're a damn demo. There's not really a whole lot more I really need to even add to this, though. Like, we could just call this done, honestly. How are you feeling about this one, guys? How's it looking so far? I think it looks pretty good, actually. It looks not bad. Yeah, I mean we're gonna stop it there, I think.